this country. Obviously, my family's on my father's side's from East Africa. They spent some time actually in Tanzania, and so the love Michelle and I and the girls have felt on our arrival, I want to ensure you that love is reciprocated and given back in return. So, how about Izena? President Kikwete was the first African leader I welcomed to the White House after I took office. I was pleased to welcome him to Washington last year for the launch of our new alliance on food security. And as the President indicated, we had excellent discussions today. Our visits and work together reflect the long relationship between our countries and our shared commitment to the development and the dignity of the people of Tanzania. My visit comes the 50th anniversary of a key moment in our relationship, when President Kennedy welcomed to the White House the father of your nation, President Julius Nyerere. Tanzania was one of the first countries to welcome the Peace Corps. That spirit of friendship continues. Tanzania is a close partner, as the President indicated, on almost all our major development initiatives, and this reflects our confidence in the people of Tanzania, that with the right steps, Tanzania has the potential to unlock new economic growth, not only in this country, but all across East Africa. For example, Tanzanians continue to work to strengthen their democracy. Parliament, opposition groups, civil society groups, and journalists are all doing their part to advance the good governance and transparency upon which democracy and prosperity depend. And I want to commend President Kikwete on your reform efforts to strengthen institutions, improve the delivery of basic services, and make government more responsive to the Tanzanian people. And I also want to salute you and President Shein of Zanzibar and the Tanzanian people for embarking on a vital constitutional process that will determine the future of this nation and its democracy. President Kikwete and I agreed to keep tackling the hurdles of greater economic growth, starting with the sector where the vast majority of Tanzanians work, and that's in the agricultural sector. As has been mentioned, our Feed the Future program has allowed us to work together to help more than 14,000 farmers here to better manage their crops and increase their yields by almost 50%. That means higher incomes and a ladder for families and communities to greater prosperity, and we're very proud of the work we've done with the Tanzanian government. We discussed the importance of creating opportunities for Tanzanian youth, and I'm hopeful that young men and women here will apply for the new Fellows program that I've announced this week, so that we can partner with them as we seek new ways to serve working with young people, their communities, and to help them start new companies and create new jobs. I want to congratulate Tanzania on nearing completion of the largest Millennium Challenge compact in the world, which has benefited millions of Tanzanians with new roads and improved access to water and electricity. And Tanzania is also one of the first 4 countries selected for our Partnership for Growth and its investments in key areas, new and improved roads, reforms to the energy sector that can help lift people out of poverty and unlock economic growth. And I'm also pleased that Tanzania is going to be one of the first participants in the new effort that I announced yesterday, Power Africa, with its goal of doubling access to electricity. This will mean more reliable and affordable electricity for more Tanzanians, and it's something that we want to spread all across the continent. Later today, I'll be announcing another initiative to improve trade with and within Africa, starting here with the East African community. On health, we're going to continue our efforts, which are saving lives. Here in Tanzania, we're working together. We've seen dramatic decreases in malaria and child deaths, in part because of the support that we've been able to provide. Fewer people are being infected with HIV, more people are being treated. We're reaching more than 1.2 million Tanzanians with care and support through PEPFAR, including more than 500,000 vulnerable children and orphans, so we're going to keep up that fight. Regionally, I thank President Kikwete for Tanzania's contribution to security, including its peacekeepers in Darfur and the Congo. On the Congo, we agreed that all parties need to implement their commitments under the Framework for Peace, that armed groups need to lay down their arms, and human rights abusers need to be held accountable. And I very much want to commend President Kikwete as well for the leadership role that he's played in the Southern African Development Community on the issue of Zimbabwe. We agree that the threats and intimidation of citizens are unacceptable and must stop, and that further reforms are needed to create the conditions for free, fair, and credible elections that will put Zimbabwe on a path of success and prosperity. And finally, we discussed an issue that's inseparable from Africa's identity and prosperity, and that's its wildlife. Tourists from around the world, including the United States, come here, especially to Tanzania, to experience its natural beauty and its national parks, and that's obviously an important part of the economy of this country. But poaching and trafficking is threatening Africa's wildlife. So today I issued a new executive order to better organize U.S. government efforts in this fight so that we can cooperate further with the Tanzanian government and others. And this includes additional millions of dollars to help countries across the region build their capacity to meet this challenge, because the entire world has a stake in making sure that we preserve Africa's beauty for future generations. So again, Mr. President, thank you so much for your leadership and for your commitment to the partnership between our two nations. We've covered a lot of ground today. One last point I need to make, and that is the President and I are both basketball fans. We did not discuss Hashim Thabit, who plays in the NBA, but maybe next time we'll have a chance to talk about that. So, asante. Asante-san.
Excellencies, thank you very much for your excellent remarks.